Hello everyone. Today we are discussing the topic is nothing but virtual clusters and resource management. Okay, what virtual? It's not real. The cluster is nothing but to form something in like a group. Okay, and to manage some resources by using this cluster by using this virtual clusters. Okay, what does virtual cluster is nothing but a physical cluster is a collection of servers like nothing but physical missions interconnected by a physical network such as a LAN. What that it's a virtual cluster is nothing but a physical cluster. It is a collection of servers, nothing but physical missions that is interconnected by a physical network such as a LAN. It is nothing but what we want to say virtual cluster. In this we have three critical design issues of virtual clusters. First one is live migration of virtual missions, and the second one is memory and file migrations, and the third one is dynamic deployment of virtual clusters. Okay, is nothing but when a traditional virtual mission is initialized, the administrator needs to manually write the configuration information or specify the configuration sources. Okay, what they specified while writing the configuration information, or to specify the configuration sources. When more virtual missions join a network, okay, and an inefficient configuration always causes some problems with some overloading or underutilization. Like you can take some Amazon's elastic compute cloud, in the sense EC2, Amazon's elastic compute cloud. It is a good example of a web service that provides the elastic computing, what we want to manage, what we want to calculate in the power in a cloud. What the power in a cloud, the elastic compute cloud, it permits the customers what they want to create the virtual missions and what they want to manage the user accounts over the time of their use. Okay, most virtualization platforms including Zen server and one more virtual mission software. We know already the server virtual mission software server, it supports a bridging mode, okay, which allows all domains, okay, which allows all domains, all network domains, it will allow we want to appear on the network as individual hosts. By using this mode, the virtual missions can communicate with one another freely, okay, through by using the virtual network interface code. Okay, the virtual missions can communicate with one another freely through over the virtual network interface code, and we want to configure the network automatically. Okay, we want to say here the Zen server and virtual machine software ESX server, it supports a bridging mode. It allows all domains to want to appear to want to visualize on the network as individual host. We want to say what does the physical versus virtual clusters, what does exactly the physical versus virtual clusters, in the sense we want to physical, in the sense some general physical versus virtual clusters, in the sense what I am saying, what exactly, in the sense what did we do in this diagram you shows you. Look at this diagram, all of you, and then you have to understand it in a clear way format. Okay, what I can explain you here. The virtual clusters are built with virtual missions, what they installed at distributed servers from one or more physical clusters. Okay, In the sense, the virtual clusters are built with virtual machines. They are already installed at a different distributed servers from one or more the general, in the sense, some physical clusters. Virtual machines in a virtual cluster are interconnected logically by a virtual network across, in the sense, from one place to another place. It's several physical networks we have to shown here. Look at this. This diagram shows you this is the physical cluster 1, this is the physical cluster 2, and then physical cluster 3. These are the virtual machines. Okay, in the top of the box we have to see in the middle top virtual cluster 1, and second one is virtual cluster 2, and again we have to see in physical cluster 1 they are visualized. Look at this virtual cluster 3, and then physical cluster 2, in that we have virtual cluster floor. In the sense, the figure represents you a cloud platform with 4 virtual clusters over 3 physical clusters shaded differently. Okay, what does exactly the figure shows you, illustrates? The figure illustrates you the concepts of virtual clusters and physical clusters. Each virtual cluster is formed with physical missions or a virtual mission. It hosted by the multiple physical clusters. So the virtual cluster boundaries are shown as distinct boundaries here. Okay, these are some multiple virtual clusters, in the sense more than one virtual clusters. It assigned to various workloads. Okay, what I meant to say, in the sense, the virtual clusters, what we have to provisioning here, in the sense, the provisioning of virtual missions to a virtual cluster, it is done dynamically. To have the following properties we have here. The first property, if you have the virtual cluster nodes, it can be either physical or virtual missions. Here multiple virtual missions running with different operating systems. It can be deployed on the same physical node. And coming the one more point, we have a virtual mission runs with a guest operating system. By using this, which is oftenly different from the host operating system that manages the resources in the physical mission where we want to implement at virtual mission. Okay, what does the purpose? We have seen the purpose of this virtual mission by using to consolidate the multiple functionalities on the same server. This will greatly enhance to improve the server utilization and the application flexibility. And we have to colonized, in the sense, replicated. Virtual machines can be replicated in multiple servers for the purpose of promoting the distributed parallelism. And one more, we have the fault tolerance, and one more, you have disaster recovery. Here the number of nodes size of a virtual cluster, it can grow dynamically. In the similar way, we can overlay of the network. It varies in size in a peer-to-peer network, in the sense, the end-to-end network. The failure of any physical nodes, it may disable some virtual machines installed on the failing nodes, but the failure of virtual machines will not pull down at the host system. Since we can say, we can take some the concept of the diagram here. Since a system virtualization has been widely used, okay, what here widely used, widely in this is very largely enhancing. By using the system virtualization, it has been widely used. Okay, it is necessary to effectively manage the virtual missions running on a it's a virtual missions, it can running on a mass of physical computing nodes. Okay, we can say here in this diagram we can show the system area network SAN. Here we want to discuss the figure represents you the concept. What here the figure represents you here, the concept of a virtual cluster based on application partitioning. What ma? Here the basic concept of a virtual cluster based on application partitioning. What does the figure shows you in the sense the concept of a virtual cluster based on application partitioning. Okay, based on application partitioning or customization. So here the different colors, here we have to look at this, the different colors in the figure represents the nodes in different virtual clusters. Okay, yes, a large number of virtual mission images might be present here. The most important thing is to determine how to store those images in the system efficiently. Okay, what ma? How to store those images in the system efficiently, in the sense there are some common installations for some users or applications such as operating systems or user level programming libraries. Some operating systems they are available. So these software packages, it can be pre-installed as templates, like nothing but we want to say template virtual missions. Okay, with these templates the users can build their own software stacks. Okay, the users can build their own software stacks, and we want to say the new operating system instances it can be copied from the template virtual mission. Okay, so the user specific components such as programming libraries and applications, it can be installed to those instances. Okay, that's why we have seen in the previous diagram three physical clusters are shown in the previous diagram. You have, there are the four virtual clusters are created on the right side over the physical clusters. Okay, the physical missions are also called, we have to say one more name, host systems. Okay, host systems. In contrast, what we want to say, the virtual missions are nothing but the guest operating systems. Okay, in this diagram we have to learn the virtual missions. What the virtual cluster node for application A, it gives one color, and virtual cluster nodes for application B, virtual cluster nodes for application C, and one more virtual cluster nodes for application D, and so on. We have to take, this is the some system area network, how it will be the concept of virtual cluster. It should be based on the application partitioning. Okay, this is the main overall concept of a virtual cluster based on application partitioning. Okay, this is the concept with the different colors. Already I say you the failure of any physical nodes, it may disable some virtual missions installed on the failing nodes, but the failure of virtual missions will not pull down the host system. So to effectively manage the virtual missions running on a mass of physical computing nodes, it also known as, we can say, virtual clusters, it is necessary to perform the virtual cluster. What it is necessary means, it's important what the necessary key to perform some virtual clusters, in the sense we want to deploy. Okay, we want to deployment, we want to monitoring, and we want to management over a large scale clusters, as well as we can take some resource scheduling and load balancing and server consolidation, and one more fault tolerance and other techniques by using these concepts. Okay, so we can represent this diagram as different colors. We can show the diagram represent the nodes in different virtual clusters. So a large number of virtual mission images it might be present, but the most important thing is to determine here how to store those images in the system efficiently. Okay, Here, there are some common installations for most users or applications, such as operating systems, or by using user level programming libraries. That's why the software packages can be pre-installed as templates, like nothing but we can say the template virtual missions. Okay, later we discuss the topic in further video, that is nothing but fast deployment and effective scheduling. Thank you, ma.